Quickly using the shittiest cleaners known to man to get some of this carbon off. I've been shooting my AKs pretty freaking heavily suppressed. Both of them are at over 1,000 rounds. I'm not sure exactly how many. You have the guts for my 74 up here, and down here the AK103. Both of these are about Palmetto State. Both of them are pretty early in the production runs, this being AK74 number 189, and this being the AK103 number 616. Both of these do have KNS pistons, and if you're curious what this is, it is the Carolina Shooting Sports, something like CSS, whatever, you can Google it. Their charging handle. I tried the RK1s, I believe it is, which is Zenitco's. I've had horrible luck with them. They get yeeted, and you can't actually torque them down without breaking them. These things are great. Anyway, I'm going to get questions about it. The AK74, if you're going to use a KNS piston, the Arsenal 74 one, it fits. The regular 74 one will not fit, and it's rock solid. It's a tight fit, so your results may vary. I use the AKM piston here on the AK103. Was it the AK? No, I believe I used the Arsenal piston, but the PSA AKs are in a lot of ways copies of Arsenals on the internals, so the Arsenal stuff should work pretty good. Now let me get to the concerning points. Again, these are each pretty low round count, about 1,000. The AK103, pretty sure has more than that. But again, I would say each of these are probably the 74 more, the AK103 less than 50% shot suppressed. So I don't know if that's going to really count because I have the KNS piston in there, so I'm tuning it, so it's not really beating itself up. So here's the 74 bolt head, whatever. And there's two very concerning things on here for how low round count it has. Again, sorry, it's going to be hard to focus, but you can see here where my thumb is, there's definitely some sort of splash and deformation there. And all over pretty much the whole face of it, there's just some stuff going on there. That's really not my concern. I'm assuming it's going to stop. I'll keep watching it. Every 500 or so rounds, I'll pull it out and do another one of these walkthroughs and check it out. I mean, all over the thing, there's just burrs and stuff coming and going, but I'm assuming it's just, locking itself. But my golly, look at this. Again, it's going to be hard to see with the focus and me holding the camera with one hand. But the back of this, there's enough where literally running my finger, you can feel it. It's beat up. I don't know if you're able to see it really, but there's some serious burrs there. Looks like you took a center punch to it or something. I guess they're trying to stake my firing pin. But yeah, it's this, again, this I think has a little bit less than 1,000 rounds maybe. I'm not certain, I haven't really been counting. But the bolt itself has some areas that I'm going to keep watch of. Again, I haven't had any malfunctions that weren't related to me undergassing it with the KNS piston or a clapped out mag in the case of the AK103. Don't buy RTI mags, by the way. Their surplus ones are dog shit. Anyway, you can see here quite a bit of chowder marks there from the machining and just some finish from shooting it, whatever. Nothing really terribly concerning that I've been able to notice. You might be able to notice it better on the camera than I can see in person. But, gosh, one of those. A lot of you guys are getting a lot of splash here at the back of the bolt. I'm not. Nothing really irregular. It's not terribly bad. I mean, it's definitely there. You're going to have trouble seeing it. I'm looking through my camera now. But there's definitely some there. But when I say not bad, I mean it's existing, but I don't think it's really something of concern yet on this particular rifle. But wait. Let me show you where it is concerned here. Let me get to the boring part first. Bolt face here has nothing like I showed you on the 74. It looks great. Very nominal splash, very nominal wear. Nothing big. It's got a little bit on the back, not a little bit there. Nothing close to the 74. That literally looks like someone took a fucking center punch to it. But this isn't bad at all. Nothing of concerning really on this bolt that I wouldn't assume most AKs would have. You know, you're going to see some stuff during the break-in, but as long as it stops, I'm not really concerned about any of that. Again, you can see chatter marks, machining, but overall the machining on the 103 definitely seems to be a lot better than my 74. I have a bit of a story about this one too, but yeah, I don't know if you can see this, but there's literally, come on, focus. There is a lip of the splash. Let me get it around here. It is getting beat up, and it gets worse every couple hundred rounds, it seems. So I'm curious when it's going to stop, if it's going to stop. But man, this is definitely. Let me show you the geography. This is like rounded, while it's a 74 is like a triangle. I don't know if that's like something they've changed or what, but this guy here, man, he is seen better days. I did have a slight issue with my AK103 when I first got it. Let me get some focus in. The front sight post was not concentric to the barrel, slightly off to the point where I didn't feel comfortable shooting it suppressed. So I sent it in, and they did give me a whole new barrel and front sight post and made it concentric. But they sent me a new bolt face, obviously, because this one was new. So this, maybe 100 rounds, the first 100 rounds, I didn't shoot through this. But again, this has well over 1,000, so this has over 1,000 through it. But the new bolt they sent me would not fit with either this piston or the one that was included in the KNS piston, or the one that was included, absolutely would not fit in the SLR gas block. It would not fit in the original gas block, or gas tube. And I put in the new one they gave me, because they also sent a new gas tube out, weirdly. And that gas tube, it fit. Not really sure why I need a different gas tube for the bolt carrier to properly cycle. But anyway, this is the original bolt carrier that came in my AK. I have another one sitting out there. I tried polishing it and doing a bunch of stuff, but it absolutely will not work. So I'm not really sure. That's kind of a doozy to me. I don't really know why that other bolt carrier does not fit my gun, but without a very particular gas block or gas tube. But no, I just thought I'd put that out there. It's kind of weird. But anyway, so yeah, those are the main concerning points. I know some of you guys have asked about the internals. Let me get in there and show you guys this. Let me turn off my headlamp because it keeps destroying my focus. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus. And it's really hard to get these angles. There we go. But as you can see here, really nothing of concern yet. There's just a little bit of finish missing, but nothing of concern. This FN barrel is, I'll post some pictures later. Accuracy-wise, this thing is stupendous. With Wolf surplus ammo, I am getting 5-shot groups and 10-shot groups literally just ripping each other apart. Like they're just stacking one on one. At 50 yards, I'm getting like 2 MOA groups, so less than 4 inches. So it's, sorry, no, that's wrong. But yeah, I'm getting like really, really good groups. I'm getting just outstanding performance. I wish I had more than like 100 yards to shoot at, so I can show you guys, but this has been outstanding. Stupendously more accurate than the 5.45 with the PSA barrel from my experience so far. Granted, I'm only shooting Tula out of this. I'm not sure if Wolf and Tula have a significant difference in accuracy, but part of me thinks the FN barrel definitely has something to do with that. Let's get in here and show you guys. Also, I didn't show you on the AK103, but again, there's really nothing of concern with the shark fin ejector or anything like that. And then the trigger is not the PSA trigger, so I won't even talk about that. It's a AKT that I polished. It's been outstanding. It's an AKT, really irrelevant to anyone concerned with this, as that's not the trigger included. There we go. As far as the 74, there's a bit more wear, but again, nothing really of concern anywhere inside here. Bit of wear on the ejector. Again, the polished trigger, that's my thing. Has nothing to do with AK that PSA is putting out. But yeah, again, the 74 so far, I'm not really seeing anything or feeling anything or anything like that with their barrel that's of concern. The accuracy is not really great with Wolf, but I'm gonna get some Bernal before I call it the PSA's barrel fault. I have a pretty good feeling that Tula has something to do with it. But yeah, I'm gonna keep shooting, putting a lot more rounds down this and kind of keeping track of points of concern. I've got a couple questions about how I'm suppressing these. Pretty simple. I've tried a bunch of different adapters, pretty much every adapter on the market, and do not use anything other than the Griffin Armament adapter. It indexes off the barrel face, and you are going to need to crank this like there's no tomorrow. Torque is a myth. Get a breaker bar and torque this guy, and it will eventually become concentric. But yeah, again, I Hurga-Durga'd this. You know, I literally just Hurga-Durga'd this, and both these things are awesomely concentric and shoot great, suppressed and unsuppressed. Any more questions, go ahead, let me know. I'm gonna try to get some groupings. I'm gonna get some Bernal ammo and show you guys how my examples are grouping, and just kind of try to compare after every couple hundred rounds if any of this splashing is becoming of concern. But again, the last little bit.